Hello and welcome to the live broadcast of the Gen3 Draft League Week 2 match review. Today I have Robin joining me. So, hi Robin.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just got back from work, and now we're talking Pokemon.
Yay. Love talking Pokemon. Excited to watch these matches. I don't even think I'm not 100% that I've watched all of these, actually, to be completely honest.
Oh, you
So,
know I have.
I know you watched them very carefully. But, yeah, no, I watched most of them. I think the only one I didn't watch was maybe the Kecleon's Corner Bodega one. I don't think I've seen that yet, so I'm excited to see that for the first time. But, yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into this game one. This is the Steampunks versus We Come in Peace Smile. Um,
hmm
yeah, we're seeing Pelipper brought this time around an Armaldo. That's a fun Pokemon to see. Bug and
Yeah,
rock type.
I want to believe in Armaldo. I think it's really cool. I just do not think it can it can do much.
Yeah, it's tanky. Um, it has Swift
Yeah,
Swim.
but is it versus a Mega Pokemon or Deoxys Attack tanky?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's just jump into this match. So we see the leads. It's Deoxys Attack supported by Hariyama. On the
hmm
other side, we have Swampert and Pelipper. We are going to see the rain coming out. Swampert goes Mega immediately, so it gets to take advantage of that Swift Swim, speeding it up due to the Mega and the rain set by Pelipper. The Fake Out does go into Swampert, and the Thunderbolt comes out into Pelipper. It's kind of surprising to see no sash on that Pelipper.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Let's see, do I have it down? As far as we know, no one was using Sash, but
Yeah,
I think it's mostly fine. Like, while you definitely would like the Hurricane for Hariyama, it's Pelipper's done its job.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I did. I did ask Greenleaf about it, and she told me the sash was on Shedinja.
Hmm.
So, which it does allow Shedinja to survive a single attack, which I guess is something. But
Yeah, it's not a bad pick, but I think using such a niche option
mm-hmm.
over like the more obvious pick, like I don't know, you could put some power into Ninja.
Yeah, Shedinja doesn't. I don't know. I think I would have liked it more in Pelipper, but whatever. Pelipper goes down. Swampert doesn't do anything. One turn right now. Armaldo hits the field. We see a helping hand go into the Deoxys. Swampert uses Earthquake, which actually wrecks Armaldo.
Yeah, like it's kind of unfortunate. Also, I don't know for certain, but I am almost positive that the Armaldo is Swift Swim, just because when I looked at speed tiers after the fact.
Yes, I believe it is. But it's not fast enough for this Deoxys. The
Mm-mm.
Earthquake goes out, does massive damage to both. I mean, it gets Deoxys down to Sash and does more than half to Hariyama. So pretty big
Yeah, that's the thing
Earthquake.
with Deoxys attack is that it's just so frail. Like the speed is faster, but it's got more balanced offensive and defensive. Deoxys attack, you kind of need the focus sash because if you sneeze on it, it's gonna break.
Yeah, this is actually if Armaldo protected here, this would have been a crazy turn for Steampunks because
Oh, absolutely.
you would have just gotten everything and lost nothing. Your Helping Hand Dark Pulse is a pretty big play into that slot. We see another Helping Hand. I assume this is another Helping Hand Dark Pulse, but I don't know what this Helping Hand is. Like, you already know that you're outsped by Swampert. So I don't really know how you expect to get a move off. And if you can't get a move off, then why are you doing Helping Hand, you know? I think that's a little bit of a misplay there. But yeah, the
Yeah, I
waterfall
think it's
just
just
takes it
that
out.
they just assumed
They're going down
that
no matter
they would
what.
be faster. Like, I just forgot to what previous turn was. But
Yeah.
Metagross also had Bullet Punch support. Like,
Yeah, there's no way that you get anything there. But I think you could also assume you're just going to get Earthquaked again and that this turn doesn't matter and you're just choosing to let both go down. And then you're
That's
just
fair.
clicking like whatever move. But I feel like, because like ultimately, I don't think no matter what you did, you just lose both Pokemon there unless you're switching. You could always
Hmm.
protect, I guess, but and just choose to sack one instead of sack two. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, now we see the Meganium and the Absol come out. This is a Mega Meganium, which
Hmm.
does Mega immediately. Sucker Punch goes into Metagross doing more than half, and then the Ice Punch comes out, hitting that Meganium for half of its health. But this is where I think is interesting. The Meganium actually goes for the Metagross with the Weather Ball.
Yeah, I thought that when I was watching it too, that like the bigger threat is the Swampert because it's faster and does a
Mm-hmm.
lot of damage. Like, granted, Meganium is weak to steel, but you have Absol with that with Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
So, I think there's just a bad targeting choice, especially if you use like a Giga Drain. It's quad weak to that. You're going to heal back up to full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a world in which, like, let's say this turn you kill Swampert and Metagross targets or like Swampert targets Absol because we know it's not Sash on Absol. So I think this Absol dies in like one waterfall. So maybe what you're thinking is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe you just don't expect the Ice Punch. That could be it because like,
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
and so like if there's no Ice Punch, then you do kind of just win on this very next turn. Um, whereas like here, if you didn't kill Metagross and then Absol goes down, and then it's just Meganium versus Metagross.
Mm,
Metagross
yeah.
probably wins that, so I can, I think I can see the line,
I don't
but
know. I feel like Absol will win because while you have a priority tie with Sucker Punch and Bullet Punch, Absol's faster, so it should be fine.
no, what I'm saying if that turn four, if
Oh,
Swampert had just
gotcha.
waterfalled the Absol, because Absol will die. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure. I
yeah,
think we're
that's
about
fair.
to see it actually. His Absol should die in one hit. Yeah, so like if Swampert had targeted
Mhm.
Absol and then you kill Swampert, then it's Meganium versus Metagross. Metagross with like 40%. But I mean,
I don't know. I feel like it's still
even then you
more
probably still win.
threatening. Like even if that had been Waterfall into Absol, I still think the better play is to Giga Drain the Swampert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Metagross didn't even. I mean, I
Metagross
guess.
thing,
Yeah,
it just hit Zen Headbutt and Bullet Punch
it was
in the entire set.
just slower, so I think you would still win. I think. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I feel like you kind of managed to make the only play that loses you the game. Actually,
Yeah,
now that I
because
think.
I don't think Bullet Punch would have killed from full. Certainly would have one shot.
Yeah.
So like you would have done a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong, but you'd have been able to kill it in return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, it's time for game two. Let's see what adjustments come out. We see Deoxys attack Meganium as the lead this time into that Pelipper Swampert one more time. And now the Swampert is in some trouble. We do see Meganium going Mega, protect from Pelipper. The Earthquake comes out. It does bring that Deoxys down to Sash again, but is very little to Meganium. And Meganium should be healing that all back up with a Solar Beam. It's not a Giga Drain, right? Okay, that does make sense. Mega Meganium Solar
Yeah.
Beam. So yeah, you just kill the Swampert right away. So that's
Hmm.
a lost Mega on turn one.
Yeah, but I still think it did its job. It brought Deoxys to Sash,
Sash.
and you can't really ask for too much more than that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And this is where I figured out like it's got to be Swift Swim or Armaldo, just because of the relative speeds of everyone.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so Armaldo goes for that rock slide. The Swift Swim reveal does get to go before Meganium.
Hmm.
Deoxys takes out the Pelipper in a single hit once more. The Weather Ball comes out, does decent damage into Armaldo, a little more than half, which is quite a lot actually. And now we see Metagross on the field next to the Armaldo. The
I
fake
don't
out does go into
disagree with that fake
Metagross.
out choice. Like, I don't hate that fake out choice, but I don't know. I think that that Metagross is slower. You should have faked out the Armaldo.
Yeah, it's possible because you can get that Weather Ball,
Mm-hmm.
or you can finish off the Armaldo under that fake out. But also, you don't really know that Armaldo is running Cross Poison necessarily. Like, that's new information to you. So you might
That's
just
true, but
not think the Armaldo is that threatening relatively.
I guess
Yeah.
that's super fair.
Yeah, this Cross Poison is revealed and takes that Meganium out right away. Now it's Masquerain as the last Pokemon. I don't think this Masquerain just gets anything done, but let's see. It does. It doesn't even drop the attack of Metagross because of Clear Body, but it does drop the attack of Armaldo. We see the Rock
Mm-hmm.
Slide coming out. Does huge damage to Masquerain. Actually, that's a 4 times effective. I'm surprised it lived, but I guess the Intimidate drop is really just doing the work.
Yeah.
Um, doesn't do
I think
much.
just swapped in Masquerain before.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of yeah, but the Hurricane comes out. It does a little bit of damage to Armaldo. I'm kind of surprised that Armaldo tanks that.
I mean, it's just that extra rock typing turns into a neutral.
Yeah, but still 39% on a move as strong as Hurricane is quite low. The Zen Headbutt will finish off the Hariyama, and now it's just Masquerain versus the World. Bullet Punch easily takes the match, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
clean 2-0 for the Steampunks. Well, clean, I
Yeah.
say. I don't know.
I,
The
I
game
wouldn't
one,
say it
not so
was
clean.
clean because I feel like there's definitely this was Lily's game to lose.
Yeah, especially game one. Game two is a
Yeah.
little closer, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Greenlee made some good adjustments in game two, but yeah, in game one, Lily just made a very critical mistake at like the worst time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that one turn is like there's a lot of moves you can make, and there's only one of them that loses you the game, and you kind of made that
Yeah,
up.
that's the problem is that like learning to identify those like critical turns about like, oh, if I don't get this right, I will lose the game on the spot.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. All right, let us move into the next game. So this is one of the ones I haven't seen. This is the Gen 3 Janitors
Mm-hmm.
versus Kecleon's Corner Bodega. So I'm excited to see how this goes. This is the Kyogre versus Groudon matchup. Iconic rivalry matchup there. But I kind of got to say, I feel like James should have a pretty good advantage here because, uh, first of all, just having Ludicolo, amazing Pokemon versus Kyogre.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, even if you lose the sun, yeah, all the rest of
Cloud
the Pokemon are
nine.
so good in rain. There's just so many good. Yeah, Cloud9
Yeah.
too, but all these other Pokemon are really nice in rain. Like Feraligatr likes the rain, Ludicolo likes the rain. So,
Yeah. Do you want a match spoiler? Or do you want to see it?
I want to see it. I
All
know
right.
that I know who wins, but that's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let us see what is happening. So we see Breloom and Dusclops lead. Very interesting. Into the Altaria Ludicolo. Cloud9 does go out, and we see that this is Mega Altaria and Sash from the Frisk on the Dusclops revealing those items. Very nice. So the Mega Altaria comes out. We see a Protect from Breloom, Fake Out into that slot. Alluring Voice also into that slot. So really good Protect, and the Trick Room comes out. Now Kyogre hits the field. This is
And Altaria doesn't have
Pixelate.
Cloud 9 anymore. It gets Pixelate. So
Yeah.
Kyogre is kind of in the clear.
Yes, yes, yes. So the Cloud9 not disabling the rain, but the rain speeding up that Ludicolo, but that's actually bad because Trick Room has now been set, so this actually makes the Ludicolo very, very slow under those conditions, and the slow Breloom is able to get that Spore. Giga Drain comes out, does pretty good damage into Kyogre. Wait, how on earth is...
Yeah, and that's the thing that you'll see later on is
Okay.
that, yes, Swim slowing you down really is unfortunate, but Ludicolo just has such a good matchup into these two that doesn't really matter because
Doesn't
you
really
can't be put to
matter.
sleep.
Uh-huh.
And Like Kyogre's got like Ice Beam, but you
That's
know,
only
Ludicolo is
neutral.
just so tanky.
Yeah. So the Mach Punch comes out, does half the damage into Ludicolo. The Ice Beam does huge damage to Altaria, which gets a lucky wake up, is able to fire back with the Hurricane, bringing that Breloom down to Sash. The Giga Drain hits the Kyogre, heals Ludicolo back up, and gets Kyogre down to very low HP. Protect comes out with the Ice Beam into Altaria. Giga Drain goes into Kyogre. I'm actually not sure what this Protect is for. I feel like another Mach Punch would have served you a lot better. Like, or just any attack, really. Because, like, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, the Giga Drain going into Kyogre seems like the obvious choice. Now we see one more turn of Trick Room. Dusclops goes back onto the field. Groudon comes out and sets the Drought. So no more Swift Swim for that Ludicolo, but I don't think it matters. Like, this Ludicolo is faster than these Pokemon anyway, and so in the Trick Room, you're going seconds regardless. We do see the Mach Punch going to the Ludicolo, get a little bit more chip. The Will-O-Wisp misses the Groudon, very unfortunate for that.
Yeah, that would have been huge to get that. I don't think it would have altered this game, but it was important.
Yeah, and then the Ludicolo actually going for Encore into that Dusclops, which locks Dusclops out of getting a second Trick Room down, which could be quite nice, depending on what this last Pokemon is. Yeah, Sceptile. Okay, so that probably doesn't matter. Sceptile misses a Leaf Storm. Oh, an unfortunate miss.
This game is just really unfortunate. 2 turns for Alex is that, like, if either of these had hit, the game might have been different, but you missed both.
Yeah, so that's just bad luck after bad luck. Encore into that Leaf Storm, and then the Eruption comes out. Will kill Sceptile immediately and just does huge damage. So this is like a mixed set Groudon then. If you're running Eruption and Precipice Blades?
Yeah, but even if you have like 0 special attack investment, because you're in Sun,
yeah,
you kind of get the same thing that Torkoal has going on, because Torkoal doesn't even have that great of a special attack. Like,
yeah,
Groudon's got 100 special attack, and Torkoal has
like 80, I think.
85. So yeah, even without any special attack investment, your Eruption's going to be better than Torkoal's. So
yeah, so it's pretty decent. And now it's just Dusclops versus the world. Encored into that Will-O-Wisp, but you really don't have a chance. And the second Eruption will take you out. And that is the game 1 down. Now let's take a look at game 2. What are you going to do? Bring the Dusclops Breloom again. Hope to not get so unlucky this time. And then the Kecleon's Corner Bodega squad are happy to also run that back. So let's see what happens. We have immediately a turn 1 Protect with the Hurricane. Ludicolo uses Encore, which fails, and we get the Trick Room out. Protect Trick Room, very classic.
I respect the Encore move, but it's just one of those knowledge checks. James didn't understand that Trick Room has -7 priority.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that would, yeah. Because you want to Encore them into the Trick Room, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kyogre comes out, swap in, the Mach Punch goes into the Ludicolo, Giga Drain into the Breloom, not doing very much. Altaria fires with the Alluring Voice, killing that Breloom right away, but now you have Kyogre Dusclops in that Trick Room against the Ludicolo. However, this time the Cloud9 is still up. Until this moment, Altaria does use the Mega. We see a Burn going to Ludicolo. Not really going to be the most effective because that Ludicolo is in fact a special attacker. Hurricane coming out from the Altaria. Actually, Ice Beam, sorry, into the Altaria. Gets it down to only 12%. Do that Mega, it can survive that because that gets, it's not a 4 times weakness anymore. It's only a single weakness. The Giga Drain does bring this Kyogre pretty low, healing the Ludicolo back up significantly. And now we see a swap from that Dusclops into Sceptile, another Ice Beam into Altaria. Giga Drain finishes off Kyogre, and Ludicolo is back to full HP. So I'm not really sure. This is just a weird swap, I think. Like, you brought Dusclops onto the field, use one Will-O-Wisp on a Pokemon you don't need to, and then you just swap it out. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather see Dusclops doing, like, honestly, even just Nightshade or some Pain Split onto the Kyogre, you can heal that Kyogre quite significantly.
Right. We know that later on that Dusclops has Nightshade, so it was something you could do to like maybe break down this Ludicolo.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm honestly not sure why you didn't bring any number of things for your really abysmal Ludicolo matchup because Kyogre just can't match up against the ice like with the grass water.
Yeah.
So you need something because Breloom can't really spore it. So Dusclops I think is your best bet just because of how tanky it is.
Mm-hmm. Just Nightshading it down. Yeah. So Sceptile hits the field. You could also just have brought. If you wanted Sceptile in earlier, you could just brought it instead
Yeah,
of
something
swapping
else
it.
that I find really weird about Alex's team, maybe he just forgot, or maybe it was intentional, or I don't know what it was, but there's no Mega Stone revealed in either of the matches, even though he brought Sceptile both
Hmm.
typing would have helped in your Groudon matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe just forgetting to Mega. We see the
Or
Will-O-Wisp.
maybe
This
just
time it
not having
does
Mega
connect
Stone on
into the
Sceptile.
Groudon. But yeah, not
That would
having the
have
Mega Stone.
been a neutral hit, so like you would not have had much health, but you definitely would have
You
lived
wouldn't
that.
be. Yeah, you wouldn't be dead. But yeah, this eruption just does way too much, and it's a similar situation as last time. We see this Dusclops. It's just throwing out Will-O-Wisps, but it's not enough. And one more, actually, a couple more eruptions. Man, this Dusclops Pokemon is tanky. But
Yeah.
eventually will go down. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of like, yeah, the no Mega is rough, and then there was a game plan, and it almost worked in game one, and then in game two, it didn't really even almost work. So,
Yeah, in game two, we didn't see Spore from Breloom, which, like, Breloom isn't that weak offensively, but Spore is the thing it wants to do. Like,
yeah.
enabling it to put something to sleep, and then once you've slept the Altaria, I think you swap out instantly.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Breloom is like, what, it's like 120 attack, something like that?
It's 140 attack, 130, excuse me.
130. Okay, so it does hit actually pretty fucking hard. But I don't know
Yeah,
if, like, it
and
just doesn't, not into these matchups. I was surprised
it's
how
got
much that Mach
aerial
Punch did
ace.
to Ludicolo. Oh,
Yeah,
Aerial Ace? Yeah, Aerial Ace
yeah,
to
aerial ace
Ludicolo.
is 60, so it's actually boosted by Technician.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there you go. That is your
So
solution.
if you hear this in future, bring aerial ace against your pesky ground matchups. It's 100% accurate, boosted by Technician.
Yeah, kill those grass types. Don't let them not be
Don't let
spored.
them get you down.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's move on to this next one. This is my match. Only match this time or this week that went to 3, and I think it's a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, it was
So
super close.
yeah, let's just jump into it. So I led with Shiftry Illumies, and we see the Metacham slacking in response. So this is an obvious, like, trick. Or sorry, why am I saying trick? This is like an obvious skill swap to get rid of Truant to make the slacking really strong.
Hmm.
Um, I decided to go for Tailwind to just try to kill this Metacham. Of course, I didn't know it was Sash, but you know, that's just information gathering right there. So, yeah, the Sash does keep that Metacham alive. The Seal Swap comes out, and now we have a really powerful slacking. Illumies is an absolute baller. It is able to survive that somehow. Um, Illumies is just crazy. I don't know. This is like a max defense Illumies, but still pretty impressive that it can survive like a stab body slam with the pure power on slacking. But yeah, it just lives, and we got the tailwind up, which activates the Wind Rider as well from Shiftry. And so now Metacham has to sit there, do nothing because of Truant. A Leaf Blade comes out. It does shockingly little into slacking. That Pokemon tanky. Pokemon
Yeah,
is stupidly tanky.
it's
I I
Is
actually
there any reason why
wonder.
you didn't use go for knockoff there?
Um, not really. Knockoff would have been the stronger move. I just didn't think of it. I think in my head, Leaf Blade was the stronger move because it has a higher number, but because of the item doubling the attack, I just didn't think of it.
That's
Um,
fair.
yeah, I mean, Leaf Blade has an increased crit chance, but like I don't even think that matters really. So yeah, no good reason.
Fair.
Yeah. So I wonder if this slacking is bulk invested though, because it doesn't like that would kind of explain why it didn't kill Lumis and also why it's tanking that damage so well. But I go for the
Uh,
Bug Buzz. I just wanted to finish off this Medicham because I was worried if I let the Medicham live, like it would skill swap the Truant onto something else. I mean, I could have waited one more turn to kill it, but I just went good. Go ahead and knock it out.
yeah. I don't think it's that slacking is particularly bulk invested. It just has, you know, 100 physical defense and 150 health.
Yeah, that is a lot. It's a bulky Pokemon without the investment. So yeah, we see Rayquaza come out. My duo really can't do anything to this Pokemon, so I'm just kind of giving up on doing much, and I go for Helping Hand Leaf Blade. See, if I had knockoff, I would have killed this lacking. So it's definitely a mistake to not think about knockoff.
Yeah, especially since was running leftovers.
Yeah,
So
so that
stop that
also
healing.
stop the healings. So yeah, so bit of a mistake on my part, but yeah, we get that slacking down to 5% HP. It goes for the body slam, and then Rayquaza can take the other kill with the Dragon Ascent. But
It's
I
still
still have.
incredible that Rayquaza is able to outspeed you in Tailwind.
Uh, I don't think it did it? Or when does it do that?
Oh, just there.
Because I
Oh
got
no,
Leaf
you
Blade
did use
first.
Leaf Blade. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because Rayquaza's not even. I mean, Rayquaza's like 90 speed. Yes, it's not really crazy. I was surprised it didn't Mega from Dragon Ascent. I thought you Mega automatically when you use this move.
No, no. How Mega Rayquaza works is that you have to have Dragon Ascent in your move slot
Mm-hmm.
in order to Mega Evolve. But
Okay.
using it is irrelevant to Mega. You can Mega just like any other Pokemon. It's on demand.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well, and now I have Gardevoir Salamence, so basically the core of my team is out on the field right now. The Intimidate drop will help me out a little bit. I trace the Airlock on Gardevoir. I go for the Mega Gardevoir this time, thinking, um, I don't know. I guess I just thought that that was better. I don't really know why I thought that was better. I was kind of on the fence. I think I could have gone for either Mega, but I decided to go for the Mega Gardevoir. I was hoping this
I
Dazzling
will.
Gleam would kill, but it did not. And I should have clicked Hyper Voice, which was a big mistake. Um,
Something that is important to this matchup. If you hadn't of if you'd Mega the Salamence,
mm-hmm.
your Salamence was it carrying an Ice type move?
No.
Okay. Then less relevant, but how Delta Stream works is that it gets rid of the flying type weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's across everyone, both sides of the field. But Airlock negates that. It is the only ability that can negate Primal Weather.
Mm-hmm.
So Rayquaza in like if your Pokemon trace Airlock, it is still 4 times weak to Ice.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is interesting.
So it
Um,
is a niche interaction that is relevant to you and one other matchup.
yeah. Um, yeah, no, but if I just click Hyper Voice here, I also kill Rayquaza, which makes this game
Mhm.
like super over, which is kind of a mistake by me because now I'm in a situation where like I no longer have speed advantage on Gardevoir, but luckily I am running Hyper Voice. This is the reveal of Hyper Voice. I knew this follow me was coming. And so even without the Aerialate Hyper Voice, it's still enough damage because Rayquaza was so low. So this Hyper Voice just takes that KO, and Jirachi's stuck using Follow Me, or use Follow Me for nothing, and so I'm able to get Mystical Fire. And now this game's very over between the Flamethrower and the Mystical Fire. I can finish it off. So yeah, some pretty big mistakes from me actually on watching that back, just in move selection, like simply choosing weaker moves for no real reason.
Mhm.
But we still managed to eke out a victory, so we'll
I
take it.
actually like even with those mistakes, I still think that this was a pretty clean game one.
Yeah.
Game two and three are substantially more messy.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this game two. I decided to lead with Salamence Illumies. I was kind of expecting to see the same lead with the. I wanted to like intimidate down the Medicham and Slocking, but this time we see a Rayquaza out the gate on the first turn. So yeah, it's a little bit not what I expected. I do get the Intimidate down, and at this point, I'm not really sure if Rayquaza is physical or not. I went for this swap thinking, okay, you're going to use a dragon move into the Gardevoir slot, so I can, maybe just. Because I had seen that before. Actually, no, I had seen Dragon Claw, so I knew you were physical, right? Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, like, you probably use Dragon Claw again into that slot. That's what you did in the past, so you do it again. So I swapped that out to try to punish it. I see the Follow Me, but it actually goes for Tailwind, which I was a little bit surprised by. I'm not too worried about this because I can just drop another Intimidate and get my own Tailwind. But I go for the swap. Um,
Just to intimidate cycle.
yeah, just to keep intimidating down because this Jirachi is physical. This Rayquaza is also physical, and I don't really expect to see a dragon move going into that slot at this point because I was just a fairy type. I go for the Encore. So I was actually hoping to Encore the Rayquaza into Tailwind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not really expecting the Follow Me, to be honest, because I kind of just thought Jirachi might just Iron Head. But yeah, so the Follow Me caught me off guard. So I did Encore the Jirachi into the Follow Me. Rayquaza does use the Iron Head, doing very little into Salamence. And then
Yeah,
Encore
something
forces a
that I
switch.
wasn't expecting is it was really weird to see the Jirachi use Follow Me there because you had shown in game one that your Gardevoir has two powerful spread moves, both of
Yeah,
which threaten Rayquaza.
yep.
So there's no reason to use Follow Me if, the spread's going to hit anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, I mean, unless you're just expecting the Encore, which I guess maybe you could be, because I do typically run
Maybe.
that. But yeah,
Something I also don't get is with a Pokemon like Rayquaza, there is no reason not to let Mega Rip instantly.
yeah, I don't really. It's a
There's
lot
no
of waiting on
benefit
it.
to big form.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting on it. But yeah, this helping hand comes out. I was going for. I didn't expect this switch. So I just wanted to get rid of Jirachi as soon as possible. So I went for the helping hand flamethrower, but obviously the switch into Medicham means that that doesn't work out. So I go for this Mega Evolution into the Hyper Voice, thinking I don't really know if I needed the Mega here. I mean, I just wanted to click Hyper Voice, and I knew I wanted to click Hyper Voice, and I'm like, if I
Mm-hmm.
Mega, I get way more damage out of it, and it'll be super effective into Medicham. So fuck it. And so I went for the Mega, and uh, and used the Hyper Voice, which does kill the Medicham before it can get the skill swap off, which is kind of a big deal. But I didn't really expect the Ice Punch from Slacking, so I lost my Mega pretty immediately. I think that's the reveal of Ice Punch. I bought I,
Yeah.
I brought Shift Tree, but like I don't know, maybe I should have brought Gardevoir on the field. I don't know. Anyway, the Shift Tree
I
comes
think this
out.
is probably fine. Weirdly, we don't find out until much later what this Rayquaza is carrying, but
Mm-hmm.
it ends up carrying the Yashi Berry. So it's
Yes,
just really worried about ice.
ice
Um,
moves.
but no, I think the Shift Tree was fine because you're looking at big damage.
Yeah, and I mean it's truant slacking, so I can ignore it right now. And so I went
Mm-hmm.
for this helping hand and knockoff to do as much damage as I can into the Rayquaza. But yeah, it knocks off that Yachi Berry. We see Dragon Ascent go into the Shift Tree, but because of Sash, I'm still alive. And so, yeah, Slacking can't really do anything due to Truant. And this is where I kind of messed up because I went for Sucker Punch. Like, in my defense, I thought for sure Rayquaza is either protecting or attacking.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect it to do anything else. Um, But it's going
Yeah,
for Tailwind here. The bug buzz, I just went into Slacking just to try to chip it down, but I could have bug buzzed this Rayquaza. But yeah, the bug buzz, and then Rayquaza goes for Tailwind, which, yeah, I just didn't see coming. And so now Rayquaza is faster than me in this Tailwind. I go for the Encore, so I can Encore it into that Tailwind, which is good. Um, But Gardevoir, you can't do too much. I feel like I could have just gone for a Dazzling Gleam here. The reason I didn't, okay, I was thinking like I actually don't want Rayquaza dead because it puts Jirachi on the field for free, and like if yeah, because I knew it's Encored into Tailwind, so like kind of if I just leave it alive, then it forces a switch, and so I can get like a free hit off onto Jirachi. That's like the only reason I decided to go for this slacking. Um, but I think that kind of bites me because I mean, yeah, we see the Jirachi switch, which I was expecting, but I had traced Truant. So that is kind of that. I forgot about this.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you after this match is that Truant or Trace is one of those like almost always it is neutral to good, and that exception will kill you.
Yeah, so this was this. I shouldn't have run Trace because I knew I was playing it slocking. This never happened in practice. But yeah, so now I'm just sat here doing nothing. The Heavy Slam does a lot of damage. I also didn't know about Heavy Slam, to be fair. But yeah, this Bug Buzz will finally finish off that slocking. And now Gardevoir or Jirachi's back on the field next to Rayquaza. I can go for this Tailwind, but the Iron Head it's just faster than me. So actually, I also this is where Truant also screwed me again because like I could have I could have protected this turn, but it wouldn't have even worked because no, you know what? Actually, it would have worked. I could have protected this turn, and then I could have gone for like a Bug Buzz into Rayquaza. But the problem is Jirachi will never let that actually work out because Jirachi will just eventually win the game. So yeah, because all Jirachi has to do is click a bunch of Iron Heads. So here I just like kind of slowly lose the Bug Buzz with the Follow Me.
Yeah. Though being able to live a Dragon Ascent as this poor little Lumise is insane.
Lumines is kind of crazy. So yeah, I managed to lose that game. I mean, honestly, I think tracing Truant kind of lost me that game. I don't know for sure that I would have won, but like it would have been a lot closer because I would have been able to get a free attack off
Mm-hmm.
and like finish something off, and then I could have gone for like a protect play with the Bug Buzz and got a little extra damage that way. Like I don't know, I had options. I think burning the Mega on Salamence was also like a huge mistake. There's just really no reason to burn the Mega on that because the Mega on Gardevoir later would have been a lot more impactful because I could have gotten a really powerful Hyper Voice in
Yeah,
theory. So
and you would have had insurance against Trace.
yeah, that's also true. I could have
Like that
removed
more
the
than
trace.
anything in this matchup is why you save the Mega for Gardevoir.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, just burning the Mega on Salamence for really no reason because I did not need Aerial 8 to get the extra damage there, and I didn't need the speed because I wasn't playing into Rayquaza. I only need the speed into Ray if I want to make sure I outspeed it. But
Mhm.
yeah, well, game 3. Let's see what happens. We have a Lumi's Shift Tree, so I go back to my original lead, but then Kyle also goes back to his original lead. But this time I know about Sash, so I can play this a lot better. So the Fake Out goes
Yeah,
into Metacham, and I use the Tailwind. This is a little bit of a waste of a Tailwind, to be fair, but I don't know. It's kind of whatever. It means I can do different things the next turn, but whatever. The Tailwind goes out. Ice Punch comes into Shift Tree. Pretty big damage. But now, Metacham tried to use Fake Out, which is just a definite mistake. Um,
yeah. I think if you're going to bring this lead, you have to skill swap every time.
yeah, definitely. But I mean, you're not getting it off no matter what, because I'm going to Tailwind knock off you now. So the Encore goes into Slacking. I just Encored this Slacking because I'm like, I
Dude,
don't
I
think
just
Ice Punch
realized.
is that good against some of my other Pokemon. So, like, whatever. I'll just Encore it into that.
Yeah, and
But I
now
could have
you've kind of
just
like
swapped.
broken the core strategy of this team.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's just now you're stuck with truant slacking again, and I didn't have to sacrifice as much this time to get it. But yeah, we can just go for the helping hand knockoff. We've seen this before. It does massive damage into Rayquaza.
Hmm.
The Dragon Ascent, I just survive on Illumies because of that berry, the Koba berry. Ice
This
Punch
is
will
another
finish off
one of
Shiftry.
those. Like, I understand why you chose to go on to Illumise, but you had the option of, using that Ice Punch into Illumise, because you know that the Dragon Scent's not going to kill it, but you found that out last round.
Oh, the. Wait, what did I do? I
Like,
used Helping
Rayquaza went
Hand.
for Dragon Ascent into Illumise,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
knew from game two that that wasn't going to kill it in one, so I would have not dropped your defenses and chosen a different move or something.
Yeah, yeah. Could see that. So yeah, Gardevoir comes out, doesn't trace Truant, thank God. Although I have Mega to play around this time. But yeah, Gardevoir comes out and traces Airlock or Delta Stream. What did it
Hmm.
trace? Yeah, traced Delta Stream. So Gardevoir comes out, I go for the Mega, I use the Hyper Voice, just want to get some damage down. And I'm using Whalrine here to. I just swapped straight up into Whalrine. The Thunder Punch, I didn't expect this. It's kind of crazy to run Thunder Punch, but I guess, you're worried about Slowking and Whalrine, then it does
I
make some sense.
I'm going to counter with Jirachi's only ability is Serene Grace, and Thunder Punch has a 30% chance to paralyze.
Oh,
So
that's
I
pretty
think
good.
running the punches for coverage, fire, thunder, or ice,
Pretty good.
is really good. Probably fire or thunder because both those have a higher chance. No, that's all 10%. Excuse me, never mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then
But
that's not too
still, it
crazy.
bumps it to a 20% chance, and I like those odds.
1 in 5. But yeah, Whalrine, luckily very tanky. Even that super effective hit only does 30%. I go for the Super Fang into Jirachi. My plan was to Super Fang this Jirachi and then brine it, but then I forgot that it had a freaking berry. So it heals
Hmm.
back up the over half, so I can't really brine it down. And then we see Protect from Jirachi. I wasn't expecting this. I guess I should have been, to be fair, but whatever, it is what it is. I probably should have seen that coming in retrospect. Because you want to protect while your Truant turn is being wasted, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I go for the Super Fang again. And here's where I was really surprised by this because I thought it was pretty obvious that I should protect Gardevoir here.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to read that you expect me to protect Gardevoir. And so you're not going to double Gardevoir. Like,
See,
that.
that's the trap that you fall into in Draft League because we have such wide range of like doing, and that's the I've gotten punished so many times for getting too fucking clever. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, I expect you to do this. Like that's the smart play, so I'm going to counter that. In Draft League, just go for the level one play every time.
Yeah, it kind of does work out better. But I'm like, yeah, there's no way you double Gardevoir because, like, it's the protect on Gardevoir to me is like super obvious. Like I want to protect the Gardevoir, and then like get this Jirachi low so that I can kill the Gardevoir before or kill Jirachi before Gardevoir can die. But nope. Just the doubled the Gardevoir, and so I was like, well, that's pretty bad. I super
Yeah.
fang the Jirachi, and I bring Illumise out. Now Walrein is uh not fast, but still fast enough that with Tailwind support, it can be faster than everything else. So I go for this Brine. I didn't expect this Rayquaza switch, but I go for Brine, knowing that if Jirachi's under 50, then Brine will always kill it. So yeah, there we go. We killed Jirachi, Yipee, and now we see Slacking out with Rayquaza. And so I just was like, I think I'm just kind of chilling at this point. I think I went for Blizzard, which was kind of crazy because like this move could have missed, and I had Ice Beam, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I
I
just
think that was your win condition.
yeah. I mean, I could have just Ice Beamed; it would have been fine. I think I was worried about Protect, but honestly, I don't even know if this Rayquaza had Protect because the whole game, I don't think it ever clicked Protect. Oh, series.
Let's see. No, it did not have Protect. It had Dragon Ascent, Dragon Claw, Tailwind,
Tailwind,
Ironhead.
Ironhead. Yeah,
So
so if I was paying attention, I would have known it didn't have Protect, but I
a little
wasn't.
peek behind the curtain, it has never run Protect.
Oh wow, interesting. So yeah, no Protect. Rayquaza is interesting, but yeah, the Blizzard was to cover for Protect because I'm like this way I get the damage either way because I didn't want to Ice Beam and Bug Buzz. I should have just known the Bug Buzz would kill though. To be fair, and I could have just split, but it is what it is. Drain Punch was a surprise. That I thought this game was Raps, and then I saw Drain Punch, and I'm like, uh-oh. Maybe this game isn't quite as Raps as I thought. But I went for the Helping Hand Ice Beam because I thought that was more
Hmm.
damage than Bug Buzz Ice Beam, and I don't know if it is, but it was enough. Wellrine did it. So yeah, Wellrine, whatever. Wellrine MVP. Because
Yeah,
yeah.
I am really excited to see Balrain. Like, we are already chipping away at the bringing every Pokemon. Like, little preview of next week from the future. But you only need to bring Metatite and Cradily, and then you've brought everyone into a match.
That's true. That's true. We'll see when that
And
happens, if that happens.
I
Cradily will definitely come at some point. Metatite,
Oh, absolutely. I don't know about Metatype, but Cradily should come to at least one matchup because it's the whole reason why anyone picks Cradily.
yeah. All right. I kind of regret that Cradily pick. I'm not gonna lie. That Pokemon is just
I
like,
mean, as a round 4, I think that's a little overvalued. As a round 5, I think it would be a lot better.
yeah, it could have been okay, but I don't know. I don't know why I was so worried about Kyogre because I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, none of my Pokemon are weak to water moves. My entire team, like, I don't need this. But yeah, anyway, let us see. This is your matchup.
Yeah, I completely forgot we haven't talked about uh, mine.
Yeah.
This was the Battle of the Jets. And
Oh.
I'm going to be completely honest. I went into this one thinking, I am so thoroughly fucked.
And yet, you kind of weren't. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I won kind of handily. So I think I've learned from the past 2 weeks I need to shut the fuck up more. And because yes, my team is bad, but maybe I'm just the
Mawile is
best
just
Pokemon player to ever exist.
Mawile is also just really good. That even without Trick Room support, it's kind of like putting in the work.
Oh, absolutely. Like this Intimidate, I think, was really important. Uh, and spoilers on this turn 1, but I fake out and Thunderbolt.
Uh huh.
And because I found out that Thunderbolt from max special attack Latias
Or Sucker Punch
didn't
Thunderbolt.
always kill,
Yeah.
so I needed the Sucker Punch in order to guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because
It
I was
crit
looking
that
at
Sucker Punch too, which is kind of funny. But not
it didn't
necessary,
matter.
but
It only needed to do like 5% in order to make
a Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt like guaranteed. But
Mm-hmm.
Mawile overachiever.
Yeah, this is also Scarf Latias, right? Because
Correct,
yeah,
because in my team building phase, I realized, and why I thought I was so thoroughly fucked, is that Choice Band Adaptability Crawdaunt kind of kills my entire team.
yes,
Like, not a single Pokemon can take more than 2 hits from that.
uh huh,
And I didn't have anything that could really threaten it back. Because if he locked into like liquidation or whatever, that easily 2 shots my Mawile, and Mawile's like, besides Latias, the only thing that even vaguely threatens it.
yeah,
But
yes,
with max speed Scarf, I can still outspeed him in Tailwind. Like
yeah,
he'd have to run. Actually, no. I think I did the math that even if you're running Jolly max speed investment, it still doesn't matter. It is a max speed Latias.
yeah. Very cool interaction. Yeah, definitely caught Carter off guard with that one because that is a pretty rough turn one. losing that Pokemon right away. And now this Tailwind doesn't really support the Aggron in quite the way you would expect. Now Bug Buzz comes out. Heavy Slam does do pretty good damage into Mawile, but the Power Up Punch, whatever. Doesn't do a
Yeah,
lot of damage to that slot.
I I was thinking, oh, I'm basically good. Like I'm not threatened at all from this fucking Aggron. And then a Heavy Slam hits me for over half my health. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. So Protect comes out. We see the taunt into that. What is this one called? Volbeat. Lubies is
Yeah, I kind of needed to taunt there because I was really worried about getting Encored into Protect, but I needed to Protect.
I see. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the Bug Buzz comes out. Heavy Slam goes into Sableye. I think a good read on the Protect, I guess. The
Yeah,
Bug Buzz.
insane read.
Yeah.
Like,
Um.
only an idiot protects in front of a prankster Pokemon. And I was like, surely he's not going to expect this.
Either a read or just a thorough hatred of Sableye, which would be understandable.
Probably the latter. And honestly, fair call.
Sableye deserves the hatred.
1,000%. As a Sableye user in Champions, deserves every hate that it gets.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bug Buzz doing kind of decent chip into that Latias. 33%. The Mystical Fire comes out, doing a lot of damage to Aggron. Does drop the special attack. Not that that really matters. Does finish off the Mawile before it can get another attack. And now Torkoal hits the field. Now this is a spooky Torkoal, I gotta say. And we see
I didn't think about it at the time, but Mystical Fire is boosted by the sun, so this was a better switch than I thought it was initially.
Yeah, and then that Mystical Fire finishes off Aggron, but we see the Eruption come out. Ooh, and the crit. I mean, I don't.
I think crit mattered there, if we're being 1,000% honest.
Yeah, because that like the difference between 60 and 90%. So you'd be alive on like 40 here. So I don't know. Let's see. So the Rain Dance comes out, but the Mystical Fire, because of that Choice Scarf, you are faster. Luster Purge hits the Torkoal. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's because Mystical Fire dropped the special attack.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of was very fortunate there.
Yeah, I don't know. You that crit might have mattered because, like,
I think
do
the crit
you
mattered.
live that Weather Ball if you have 30% more HP? Maybe.
It's probable, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think crit mattered. I don't know if it would have changed the whole game, considering that Torkoal took that hit pretty well. But with a special defense drop, I'm not sure. I think the next one would have killed.
I think it's just interesting just to use Luster Purge and Torkoal, like, instead of just killing Latias. I mean, like, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you also didn't know who I had in back, and if we're being honest, it probably wouldn't have mattered since I had Walrein in back.
Wait, what do you mean? You have already lost 2 Pokemon.
Celio, excuse me. Wait, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking about next game.
So, all right, now this game's just thoroughly over. Like, this Pokemon just doesn't do it. But I don't know. I feel like if you kill Latias, then there's a better, like, Volbeat has a better chance of 1v1ing Torkoal than it does Torkoal and Latias. And I think with a Draco Meteor, you can definitely kill Latias. Whereas Luster Purge never kills Torkoal in 100 years. So
I found that out Draco Meteor will pretty much always one-shot Latias, where Draco Meteor from Latias will like 80% on Latios. It's just kind of a really unfortunate matchup.
Yeah. And I don't know if I like Mega Aggron, like Mega Latios, bro.
Yeah, Mega Latios probably would have been the better pick.
Aggron's didn't do anything.
No, or even Mega Chimecho probably would have been better.
Yeah. We haven't seen Mega Chimecho on the. That's Carter's favorite Pokemon. We haven't seen it a single match yet. I mean, it's only week 2, but still. All right,
Mhm.
let's clean up this last game. Let's watch this last game. So this is where Carter decided to go for Xploud, which I think is an insane decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. And after the match, I asked him, "What were you thinking with xCloud?" I cannot remember what he said. I wish I did. I think
Yeah,
he had flamethrower on it, so I think that might have been what he was thinking.
yeah, that is definitely the thought process. But with the mystical fire dropping the special attack, that's kind of that's brutal because that would have done more than half. But now you're
Mhm.
like you can't even two shot the mom while. Maybe with helping hand, the power up punch comes out, so that's free. But like you're just kind of dead. Crawdon comes out. Encore goes into the. Oh,
See, the
so
thing is, he
he
didn't
didn't
know
realize it
that
was
I
Sash, right?
no. I don't know what he thought he was gonna
Or
do, and
Scarf.
I think I'm just using the fact that you two discussed Latios maybe outspeeding even in Tailwind with enough investment, and I guess that's what he was thinking at the time.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, definitely did not realize it. The scarf was there.
Yeah, post match, he flatly said that he hadn't even considered Choice Scarf.
Yeah. Sucker Punch fails, so that's nice. And then this, so this is a good swap overall. And
Hmm.
you have the Tailwind, and like, yeah, now this Crawdon can put in some work. It goes through the Rain Dance. The Sucker Punch will come out, but this Liquidation should get that KO. Very nice. So putting the Crawdon in a good position, but now you once again have this Latias in a position where it can threaten with Thunderbolt.
Yep.
Reflect comes out. I'm surprised Carter didn't like. I don't know. Okay, well,
Yeah,
whatever.
I did reflect just because uh, I knew how this interaction would play out. So, in Agron's physical.
Yeah, we have Mega Aggron. The taunt goes into the Volbeat. The Thunderbolt does decent damage into that Mega Aggron. The Heavy Slam comes out, doing more than half the Red Rocket, even through the Reflect in the Latios. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, drop.
Right. It is just so heavy.
Yeah, Bug Buzz. Pretty pitiful damage through that light screen into the Torkoal. And then we will see another heavy slam onto the Torkoal, also not doing very much.
It's just
This
that resistant. This is just a really unfortunate switch.
I don't understand this switch. Like, why not just rain dance?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Like, just rain dance and like protect. I mean, I guess you can't protect
Oh
in front
no, he
of
was taunted.
Sableye. Oh, you're taunted and you don't want to protect in front of Sableye. Okay, I guess I could see that, but I think at some point you just sack Xploud. Just be like, because you only brought Xploud for Mawile anyway. You could have just sacked it, but now you're it's game over because
Mm.
you kind of just allowed Torkoal to
Yeah,
use eruption.
I was going based off of like I was trying to decide, do I run fake out or do I run taunt for
Mm-hmm.
the Illumise or the Volbeat? And ultimately I decided that it was way more likely for him to run something like Covert Cloak than it was for him to run Mental Herb.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get like if it's Mental Herb, I can just taunt again the next turn. But I just like I really didn't want that Volbeat doing stuff.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, Sableye into Volbeat and also Illumise is not great for the Volbeat Illumise, in my opinion. I mean, also Quash has been it was really effective as yeah, like giving you half speed control, right? Because you can kind of
Yeah.
speed control one of the two, and
Mhm.
that allows these slow Pokemon like Torkoal and like even Mawile. Although I don't think that came up in this match. I'm kind of also talking about our match, which
Mhm.
we have already played. But it gives you it kind of gives you almost enough speed control to get a lot done, especially if like you're only facing one offensive threat that you can just quash.
Yeah.
So
I've certainly found it very useful. Unfortunately, like there's enough dark types where I can't fully rely on Quash. That's why I thought Carter's Chronout was such a shitty matchup because I couldn't Quash it. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do like any pranks or shenanigans to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, but that's all the matches. So we're done with our review. Thank you for tuning in and